This is the brief story of Dunkirk. In 1939, the Germans invaded Poland, and Neville Chamberlain declared war on Germany. And at that point, a lot of troops were called up to the British Army, and a huge force was sent to France in case the Germans invaded, known as the British Expeditionary Force, or the BEF, and commanded by Lord Gort. Montgomery said that Lord Gort's orders were so vague you wouldn't know whether it was Christmas or Easter. Now, nothing then happened. The troops went to France and to Belgium too, and nothing happened till the next year. And then it was known as the Phony War. And then in May 1940, the Germans one fine morning suddenly invaded Holland, and the British side, thinking the main German attack was going to come through Holland, the British Expeditionary Force moved north to meet it. And then they found out they'd been tricked. Hitler said that he was almost in tears of joy at the way he manoeuvred to conceal the real attack, which was further south in the Ardennes forest. And that was very successful. The German army wasn't, as people think, a highly mechanised affair in the main. It was still back in the First World War. Most of it was horse-drawn. They had a very small proportion of motorised, effective, well-trained troops. They invaded through the Ardennes forest, and the Allies outside were completely defeated and retreated back to Dunkirk. Now, at Dunkirk, Hitler could easily have overwhelmed the VF and taken the whole lot prisoner. Why didn't he is a very interesting question. There have been lots of theories on it. Probably the best theory is that his advanced troops were tired, they needed resupply, and also, very important, they were frightened there might be a French counterattack, as happened at the beginning of the First World War. And they need the mechanised troops to try and repel that attack, because the Germans lost the First World War in 1914 within a few weeks, because they couldn't overwhelm the other side immediately. The whole German plan of the First World War was, if we don't win quickly, we won't win at all. And they ended up not winning at all. So that's the reason. Now the British force was holed up in Dunkirk, and there was a plan made by Admiral Ramsay. He was in Dover Castle. A plan to evacuate about 50,000 troops. In the event, they were able to evacuate over 300,000. The problem they had was that the beaches at Dunkirk were very slow sloping, and the big ships couldn't get within a mile of the shore. So how do you get the troops out from the beach onto the ships? Well, they made an appeal for small vessels like these to meet at the Thames estuary and go to France and bring and ship the troops off the beach onto the big ships. Some of them were also taken off a thing that went out into the sea about a mile, which Jetty. They didn't use at first, but after they realised they could use it, it went out so far. But everybody on it was a sitting duck, and they were being attacked from the air all the time. So in the event, they managed to get 300,000 troops off the beach and back to England, which was a miraculous, that was the miracle of Dunkirk. But the whole thing was a total military disaster. And yet when they got back to England, Churchill, by his usual verbiage, managed to turn it into some kind of victory. That's the brief story.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for telling us this.